And in this video, I teach you how to do this right here. It's called a slot. So I'm over by the drill press, and this is the primary tool that you're gonna start with when you're trying to make a slot. You might think it's best to glue this pattern on your CO2 blank, but I actually prefer a different method. I'm gonna use a pencil and a ruler. The reason I don't love to use a pattern is because it's really hard to get it perfectly centered in the middle of your car. In fact, most kids that just glue and cut this end up with a asymmetrical car, which isn't so good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna measure across this, and I'm gonna find center, but I'm gonna do it right above my axle hole because I want a hole going through that. It's gonna give me the least amount of friction on my axles. So as you can see, I'm just putting a sketch right above the axle, and then I'm just gonna carry that across. And you're noticing I'm just freehanding this, which is totally fine. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a ruler, and on the metric side, I'm measuring across the entire distance, which is 42 millimeters. I want to put a tick mark at the exact middle, so if you do the math, 42 divided by 2, you're going to do a tick mark at 21. That's going to serve as the spot where I stick the tip of my drill bit when I'm drilling a hole. If you notice, when you're looking at a slot, it's pretty much a large drilled hole and a large drill hole that gets connected in the middle. I'm gonna drill a hole here. Next thing I'm gonna do is mark a spot to drill back here. So what I'm doing here is I'm just kind of looking and I'm thinking to myself, well, how far back can I go before I start getting to the power plant housing? And again, I'm just kind of getting back in close. I'm gonna say, I'll drill somewhere in here. Then I'm gonna measure across again. Should still be 42 millimeters. That'd be pretty weird if that changed. And I'm gonna mark center again. Now I have 2 aiming points on the drill press. So I'm getting ready to put my CO2 car in the clamp now, and you'll notice when you look at it, I left it flat on the bottom. That way when I drill through, I don't get any chip out. The clamp type I'm gonna use, this is a Jorgensen clamp. It's adjustable at 2 different levels. Love these clamps. Link below in the description if you're interested. Check out how I'm doing this clamping. For this, I'm just putting my car flat side down on a smooth tabletop surface. I'm actually gonna drill this hole first, right at the intersection of those 2 lines. So I have that part be inside of the clamp area. That gives it the most strength. So I am just gonna tighten these, and what I'm looking for is no gaps, either on the top or on the bottom. So you do have to be kind of clever about how you do your tightening. I don't know if you can see a little gap there. That's not good. I actually need to turn this towards myself right now so I can see better. All right, cool. I've got it all squeezed up, and now I'm gonna snug up both sides. When you look at it from the bottom side, this should be smooth all the way across. Over to the drill press next. So the bit type I'm about to use is called a Forstner bit. Here's a Forstner bit, a lot bigger than the one that I'll actually use. The one I'm using, I believe, is 1 1/8 inch. But a Forstner bit has a point, and that point is where I'm gonna line up the tool on that little plus or tick marks that I made on my car. So here I am coming in with my CO2 car, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finagle around a few times, and now I'm looking at it from the other side. I'm trying to get a good look at that point, and what you can't see happening is me adjusting that to the exact location that I want to drill. After this, I'm gonna hold this down into my piece of wood. You're gonna see a clamp come in from this side, and I'm gonna clamp the whole works down to the table so it does not move while I'm drilling. One final check for alignment. You'll notice all my clamping is done to the left of the machine, which is the safest way to do it. Everything lines up, so now it's go time. I'm gonna drill this hole. what's happening, I'm just taking this clamp off, and I'm gonna take a look and see what I've got inside here. And what I've got inside here is the beginnings of a slot. So the next things you're gonna see me do is go through and drill this other hole. It's gonna happen a little faster this time though. So one thing you will notice, turn my car around and the clamps this time. There it is, folks, a slot steps 1 and 2. Stay tuned for the next step.